right, guys. Well, welcome everyone into the live. I'm going to get started here in just a minute. I want to thank you for joining me. I am live here on YouTube and on Facebook. And what I wanted to do today is go over a live masterclass, start to finish, everything you guys need to know to make your first sales on Amazon. I'm going to wait just a few minutes while I wait for the Zoom streaming software and the Facebook Live here to catch together. And then I want to jump into this. So I'll go over kind of what you'll learn today on this masterclass. I've got about a 30 to 45 minute presentation put together for all of you. If you guys can hear me, go ahead and leave a chat if you're watching on YouTube. If you're seeing me on Facebook, I'd love for you to say hello. I love seeing those chats come in, but I've got a full about 30 to 45 minute masterclass today, or training, that I'm going to go over that will teach you all about how to get started to make your first sales on Amazon. I'm really excited to help you guys with this one. Okay, so thank you for being here. I see some people are starting to join, and I will get started here in just a second. Okay. Live masterclass. What we're going to be learning today is some really important things. Everything you need to know to make your first sales on Amazon. I want to go over some of the challenges I see in 2022 and going forward. What are some of the main kind of hurdles that you'll face starting your business? Hello, John. Hello, John. Thank you for being here. Stephanie, thank you for being here. Lisa, thank you guys so much for joining. It's going to be a full masterclass, guys. I've got about a 30 to 45 minute presentation that I'm going to go over. It's going to be, I'm going to share my screen. I've got some slides or just some points that I want to go through. And I'm going to go through product research and suppliers and sourcing and what strategies are working the best right now for finding good products to sell, what product launch strategies are working the best right now, and all of these really important things that I want you guys to be aware of. So let me just get the chat here going. So I am going to be, Juan, thank you for being here. Emmanuel, thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Okay, so what I wanted to do is just bring up, since I am streaming on Zoom, over to YouTube, and then also for you guys here on Facebook. To Schuller, thank you for being here. Musar, thank you for being here. Musafar, thank you for being here. All right, guys, 30 to 45 minutes, live masterclass. I'm going to go through some of the most important factors and hurdles and challenges that you'll face getting your Amazon business launched. 30 to 45 minutes, guys. I'll try to go through it. This is going to be really, really a powerful masterclass, laying out everything you need to know, from product research to product launch, everything in between. I'm trying to condense it down so you get the most value possible from this live. So 30 to 45 minutes. Then I'm going to open up the rest of the live towards the end, guys, for questions. So I know there's many of you out there who love joining my lives because you get to ask those questions and get answers from me. And I personally love the Q&A part at the end because I get to connect with each one of you. And it's a two-way conversation, right? Oftentimes when I'm posting content online on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, a lot of times I don't get to speak with you one-on-one directly. So first, let me just say thank you for being here. Let's jump into what I want to share today on this masterclass. All right, I'm going to share my screen here, guys. Let me know if you are able to see my screen. Those of you on Facebook, you guys will just have to listen, and then rewatch the live will be posted to my Facebook and YouTube accounts, and you can just watch these slides or these bullet points I'm going over, but you guys can still listen and learn that way. And then for those of you joining on YouTube, you'll be able to see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. That would be super helpful, and we are going to dive right into it. Okay, guys, so Amazon Masterclass, how to make your first sales on Amazon, what you're going to learn during this training. And I don't want it to be too scripted, guys, but I do want to just break it down a little bit so you understand what benefit you'll get from hanging around and listening to this live, right? All right, so before I jump into this, guys, just a little update on kind of how things are going in my life. You know, things have been really good. I was a little bit worried about I'm a little worried, honestly, about the economy going forward. We're kind of facing a little bit of a slowdown here in the USA. You know, the stock market is in a bear market, or more than 20 or 30% down from its highs. So we're low in the stocks. Also, crypto market has pretty much crashed. extremely low in the crypto market. So I'm forecasting over the next, 3 to 6 months, guys, it's going to be a challenging time. So I was worried actually about seeing people being frightened to start an Amazon business, but it's actually been the exact opposite from that, because what's happened, instead of people investing their money into stocks or investing their money into crypto, they're wanting to build a business, their own business, that's going to produce income every single month. And that's exactly what selling on Amazon or doing Amazon FBA private label allows you to do. Setting up a pretty much recession-proof business, selling your own physical products to customers. And right now, what I highly recommend for whatever products you choose to sell is that you look for and choose products that are needed, not kind of home decor products, artificial, plants, that kind of stuff. It's too competitive. But we want to find products that are needed, useful, solve a problem, solve a solution, because I see us going into a little bit of a downturn in the economy or kind of a rough time period in the next 3 to 6 months. So hang in there, guys. This is going to be really powerful stuff. This will hopefully get you started on your Amazon journey if you haven't started already. For those of you out there who have already started your Amazon journey, I think you'll also find find this masterclass valuable, because you'll be able to learn kind of the latest and greatest strategies working the best right now. Okay, so some of the things you'll learn during this training: product research methods working the best right now, how to pick the right category and product and niche, which I just kind of went over, choose products that are needed, solve a solution, not just kind of an optional product or a commodity, that the customer may or may not buy. Working with the best manufacturers. Does Alibaba still work the best for finding manufacturers? Should you get a sourcing agent, right? These are some questions I get every day. Do you need a sourcing agent? Should you bundle your samples together and ship them from China? Is China still the best place to even source products, right? That's important. Should you even consider sourcing products in China anymore? Are tariffs too high? Should you look at India, Mexico, Vietnam? Yes, but I'll go over that. How to craft and build the best possible product listing with the best keywords so you can rank for your keywords on Amazon, the best ways to get reviews, and the best product launch strategies working the best right now for ranking your product, launching, and getting your product to page 1 for those longer tail relevant keywords, and then eventually, the bigger main keywords. Okay, what are some of the main benefits of selling on Amazon right now? If you guys don't know, some of the main benefits to selling on Amazon are you're able to start a business, your own business that you own 100% of this business. This is called an asset. Starting your own business, you own your own asset. An income producing business is an asset, guys. So within 1 to 3 months of after you launch your product, you have a business that's producing cash, revenue, or even profits, within the first couple of months. There's no other platform I've seen out there that you can build a business so quickly and get your product to customers so efficiently than Amazon, especially with Amazon FBA and private label. You're building a scalable digital asset that investors are going to be more than happy to purchase off you after 12 months, 18 months, or even 24 months. You can actually sell that business or one of your brands for 6, 7, even 8 figures, because other investors and sellers and people out there are more than happy to buy an Amazon business. So you're building an asset. That's one of the huge benefits of selling on Amazon. You're building a business that produces consistent monthly income. And it's one of the fastest ways to build your brand, because you have the most customers and Prime members already on Amazon ready to buy your product, right? And then Amazon does, as much as we kind of, frown on Amazon customer support and kind of the way they treat sellers, Amazon does give brand registered sellers a lot of benefits and tools and resources for those of you out there who like myself have brand registry. There's a lot of tools and resources at our disposal that Amazon does give us. So while customer service can be a pain, I'll talk about some of the advantages here in a minute. These are some of the main benefits, guys. Brand registry, getting able to put a video on your listing, A+ content. They're always coming out with new tools like the brand referral program. Of course, Vine program's been around a little bit now, but Amazon does gives us a lot of tools as sellers when you have brand registry. All right, so now that we went over a couple of the benefits that I see, the main benefits of starting your own Amazon business, such as owning an asset, having a business that produces cash flow each month, and being able to scale and sell. your business for 6, 7, even 8 figures? What are some of the disadvantages of selling on Amazon? Because there's obviously, some disadvantages. So for those of you out there who have a limited budget, it does take around $4,000 to $6,000 US to start or to launch your first product. $4,000 to $6,000 to start or launch your Amazon business. The reason why it's such a range, it could actually be a little bit under. Some of you out there may launch your first product for only $3,000. Some of you out there may spend closer to $8,000, $9,000, or $10,000. Why is it such a range? It just depends on your product, your category, your competition. How many products do you have to buy and order, and what's the source or the sourcing or the landed cost for that product, and how far ahead do you go, such as filing your trademark, registering an LLC, which is not required, but an option. You can, do your trademark and get an LLC filed. Those are some optional costs that add up. But $4,000 to $6,000 is, I put it as a disadvantage. I actually think it's partly kind of an advantage because, if you're looking at, opening a franchise like an ice cream store or a Subway, you're looking at $150,000 or more, opening a restaurant, opening a bar. These are going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to start. When really, I still see my students launching their very first product for around $4,000 to $6,000 US. That's how much it takes. So you can absolutely still launch your first product, guys, for around $4,000 or $5,000 to start. What's nice about that $4,000 to $6,000 though is you won't need all that up front. Typically, you start, like, students will start my mentorship. We'll start looking for products, researching products. We find a couple of good product ideas to move forward with. After validating them, we're reaching out to suppliers. Typically, you won't need the more than 30 or 50% of that $4,000, until a couple of weeks after you start product research and reaching out to suppliers, and you've ordered custom samples. Then the supplier just requests or requires, a 30 to 50% deposit to start production. And then the other 70% or 50% balance paid of that $4,000 later. Like, we're talking 3 to 5 weeks later, after they've been done manufacturing all your products from scratch, packaging them, the inspection is done and passed, and they're ready for shipping to Amazon. So that's what's kind of nice, is that investment required to start selling on Amazon is kind of spaced out, right? Just a couple more disadvantages, guys. If you are just joining me, I just went over some of the main benefits of starting your own Amazon business, because it's an asset. It's a cash producing asset. It's one of the fastest ways I've ever seen to scale your own private label brand and business. And you can sell the business or one of your brands for 6, 7, 8 figures after just 12 months. But here's some other disadvantages of selling on Amazon. So Amazon's policies, the possibility of getting your only product or your only listing suspended, such as like a fraudulent claim or a simple TOS violation. This can happen just if a competitor decides to attack you and makes a fraudulent, IP claim on your product. Your listing can get suspended for a week or two while you fight to get it reinstated and submitting your appeal. So this is one main disadvantage, is I've seen this happen sometimes for sellers, is they have just one listing or maybe just 2 listings, but one of them gets taken down, then you're out of business. Not out of business, but your business comes to a standstill until you're able to get that account or listing back reinstated and approved. And of course, guys, Amazon does have some filters in place to be able to filter out competitors just being able to shut you down. So don't think that, this happens all the time. This is just some of the benefits, disadvantages that can happen. Okay. So sometimes you'll get your listing suspended, but as long as the product is not, patented, doesn't contain trademark material, you didn't use a trademark brand name on your product, you're going to be able to get your listing back up and running. Okay. Within the first couple days. It can take just 2 or 3 days to get that listing back up, sometimes as much as a couple of weeks. Okay. But that's one, disadvantage, is if you are relying just on Amazon and you only have one product, it can get suspended. And then while you fight, you're losing income, right? Also, you can get a hijacker who jumps on your listing. What's a hijacker? A hijacker is just somebody who jumps on your listing. They say, hey, Amazon, I've got this product too. Then they just, instead of creating their own listing, what they do is they just hijack. They just jump on your listing and they say, oh, Amazon, I have that product too. And then you'll see them over under the buy now, add to cart button. And then it'll say, you know, this product is shipped by Amazon, sold by company ABC, whatever. That's a hijacker, guys. There are several steps that we need to take to get that hijacker removed, but I'm seeing that more frequently. Also getting kind of your listing locked up, where somehow these hijackers are able to kind of take over your listing, you know, change the brand name. These are all kind of disadvantages of selling on Amazon. But guys, overall, the benefits absolutely outweigh the disadvantages, okay, for selling on Amazon, starting your business. One other disadvantage is just the total competition that there is now selling on Amazon. You know, there's a lot of brands who are dominating certain categories and niches, and a lot of Chinese sellers who are dominating certain categories and niches, and they start price wars, and they can always beat us on price. And so that's really going to be important here as we move into the next section, product research, you know, really avoiding those categories and types of products. All right. Okay. So number one is product research. Let's go into product research. This is really the first step, guys, of starting your Amazon business, is product research. Finding good, unique, profitable products that you can sell under your own private label brand, right? And not have to worry about competitors, too much competition, Chinese sellers knocking off your product or your price. It all comes down to the product we choose. So some of my best pieces of advice for choosing the right products, guys, is to get off Amazon to look for products. I just created a recent reel over on my Instagram page. If you haven't seen that, get off Amazon to find products. And what do I mean by that? Most new sellers are looking for products that are not glass, that fit in a shoebox. They're going onto Amazon. They're looking at the best sellers list. They're looking at the new release list. They're using the same tool as everyone else, black box, to look for products. Rarely is that working anymore, guys. I want to be straight up and honest with you. Yes, I like Helium 10. Yes, they're the best software out there, but rarely am I seeing finding a product in black box and launching it working. That works about half the time. What works even better, 8, 9, 10 out of 10 times, is getting off Amazon and looking for unique products off Amazon. So what do I mean by off Amazon product research? I'm talking about, don't look for products on Amazon, best sellers list, new release list. Sure, you can look there to get ideas and to start with. But where I would go right now, if I'm looking for a new product tonight, where I would go is TikTok. You can go on TikTok, you know, if you haven't created an account, create an account, sign up for the basic account, and then go onto there, and there's a search bar at the top. Type in hashtag TikTok made me buy it, or even better, hashtag Amazon finds. Then you're going to see dozens and dozens of videos come up, all about Amazon finds and Amazon products. And there's some really good creators out there making very good videos just about some Amazon products that they like, they enjoy, they recently bought. You know, you'll see like best product I've ever found on Amazon. Go through these videos that have the highest engagement, you know, the most views, the most likes, and even they don't even need to have a ton of like virality to the video. It can just be a video with, you know, a few dozen likes or a few dozen views. It doesn't really matter. Go there, look at those videos. There'll be dozens when you type in hashtag Amazon finds on TikTok or hashtag TikTok made me buy it. Go through and watch those creators creating some really good videos on Amazon products. So you just go through those videos and you'll see them. Oh, Amazon finds number 1, Amazon find product find number 2, Amazon find product number 3. Click on that account or that profile picture on the right-hand side of the TikTok video, and then it'll open up that creator or TikToker's account. And then down below, you'll see all the videos they've ever made, and go through their TikTok videos, and where you see at the bottom at the hashtag Amazon finds or TikTok made me buy it, that's the videos you want to watch, because in there, what those creators are going to do is they're going to talk about their favorite Amazon products. So I go in there and I look for products, and they give me the ideas, guys. They've given me so many good ideas. And so I'll get the idea on TikTok, and then there's just 2 more steps, guys. 2 more steps once you get the product from TikTok. The next step is to think of what's that product main keyword. So let's say it's a picture light. This TikTok I was watching last night was a picture light. So it was this gold picture long light that you mount up on the wall that was wireless, was battery powered, an LED light that you can hang above any picture or board or whiteboard, and it provides light. And you don't have to wire electrical wiring. It's not considered a lighting product. It's battery powered, rechargeable, whatever. So there you go. There's a product idea. So the next step would be go onto Amazon, type in picture light or gold picture light, and then run X-ray. What you want to do next is just look, okay, is there any sellers on Amazon already selling that product? If so, how are they doing? How much revenue are they doing? How many sales are they doing? How long have they been selling? You know, I would like to see it once you get a product idea on TikTok or from Etsy or from Pinterest. You know, once you pull that product idea up on Amazon, ideally, guys, I like to see at least, you know, 1 to 3 other sellers already on Amazon with that product or a very similar type of product doing at least, you know, $5,000 or more per month and at least 300 sales or more per month. That's kind of my baseline, because I go for products that do a minimum of 10 sales per month that make $3,000 profit or more per month. That means I need the product to make at least 300 sales or more per month at $10 profit per sale. That would meet my minimum for a product, $3,000 profit per month. Okay, so use TikTok, use Etsy, use Pinterest to find unique product ideas. Go onto Amazon, type in that product idea, look to see, are there any sellers already on Amazon with that product? If so, run X-ray, look at how their numbers look. If not, look at the most similar types of products, okay? And then revenues, reviews, and review counts and sales and that kind of stuff. So I also have this product research checklist. For those of you who need this, just reach out to me after the live and I'll share with you this checklist. It basically is a complete checklist with what we want to look for out of the top, you know, 10 to 15 listings, what we look for consistent pricing, size and weight and dimensions and FBA fees. We want to make sure there's not one brand dominating on page one. We want to make sure that it's mostly FBA sellers and not too many AMZ we're competing with. The product is not seasonal. It's not patented. Ideally, it's not restricted, although some products that are restricted are actually good to go into because there's less competition. So that's an opportunity there. So the checklist is there for you guys. I'm happy to send that to you as well. Okay, the importance of keywords next to validate that product you found on Etsy, Pinterest, or TikTok. Keywords are incredibly important, guys. During the product research phase, keywords are important because we want to make sure that there's like 2 to 10 main keywords for the product, each that have around 2,000 or more, 2 to 10 main keywords. Each of those keywords has around 2,000 or more search volume. That would tell me that there's enough demand for the product. If there's not, you know, more than 2 or 3 keywords that have over 2,000 search volume, there may not be enough demand for that product. Or when you open up that product idea you got from TikTok, which often happens when I'm doing product research, you open up the product idea and it's either one, not enough demand, meaning the sales are not high enough, the revenues are not high enough, the keyword search volumes are not high enough, or it's just too competitive. Going back to that picture light that I found, wireless, battery powered, electrical free, gold picture light I found. There was also a black picture light, battery powered. It was actually too competitive because there was a ton of sellers with the same exact product on page one. And that's what I don't like to see. I don't like to see when I open up the product, the same product over and over and over and over on page 1, 2, 3, 4. So what do you want to see? Actually, when you open up one of the main keywords and page 1 is half not the product, this is actually a good thing because this means that there's low competition. And that's exactly my next point and tip for choosing great products, profitable products that will make you money fast. You want to sell products that have less than 50 total other sellers. In fact, if you can be seller number 1 through 10 first with that product on Amazon and validate there's demand off Amazon on Etsy through the reviews and sales and through the TikTok views and likes and through keywords, And then using X-ray, the revenue and sales numbers based off the most similar types of products, this is going to be very important. And what's working the best right now. Be seller number 1 through 50 first with that product on Amazon. Instead of trying to be seller number 125 with the same product as everyone else, slightly differentiated by adding one little new thing, that can still work, guys. But I would hate for you to launch a product that's too competitive and all your money goes to PPC. That's what we want to avoid. Too often I see sellers launch a product and then complain that all their money is going to PPC. And one of the main factors for this, guys, what drives that and what causes all your money going to PPC going into month 2 and 3 and 4 is the product being very competitive, okay, or not differentiating well enough. You want to be seller number 1 through 50 first with that product on Amazon. So low competition, high demand off Amazon, you're one of the first 50 sellers. All right, I think I've hammered in the point of choosing low competition products. I think you guys probably already know product differentiation. You know, you want to customize the product, improve the product by reading the negative reviews, understand your target customer who's buying this product, what do they want from the product. You can do a Helium 10 Insights poll. If you come up with a couple custom designs, a new label, a new design for the product, run a poll inside Helium 10 Insights and figure out what, 3 or 4 designs, which top 1 or 2 designs customers like best. That's a tip right there you can use. Okay, step number 2, guys, for making your first sales on Amazon is going to be setting up your Amazon seller account. So this is pretty straightforward. It only takes 15 or 20 minutes to register to become an Amazon seller at sellercentral.com. What you'll need to sign up for your seller account is either your personal driver's license or passport and your personal bank account and bank account statement from the last 60 or 90 days. And you can go ahead and just start your Amazon seller account and register in all your personal name and details. And then later, once you register an LLC, once you have a business credit card, once you have a business bank account open for 60 to 90 days or longer, switch over your personal seller account to the LLC. Or you can go ahead and go to inkfile.com now, register your LLC for about $150, get the EIN number as well from the IRS, and then go on and file for a credit card in the business name, a checking account or bank account in the business name. And then after that's been open for 60 to 90 days, you can go ahead and register your seller account under your business or LLC name. LLC is going to work the best for most sellers out there. Once you kind of build up and get bigger, you want to look at S Corps. There's some advantages there for tax benefits and the way that you're paid, okay? So you can also set up a virtual mailing address if you don't want your home address to show on your Amazon, seller, information. You can get a virtual mailing address. Inkfile actually offers that. Or you can get, other virtual mailbox providers out there for pretty inexpensively too. Do you need Amazon Business Insurance? You don't need it right away, guys, but eventually you will, maybe after you launch a product or 2 and you register your brand. You do need to get Amazon General Business Liability Insurance. I use Next Business Insurance, NEXT. Next Business Insurance is roughly, $40 to $60 per month, or roughly around $600 to $900 per year for the $1 million insurance policy we need as a professional seller on Amazon. Okay, so now that you've found a product, you've figured out, okay, that I got to be, looking for unique products with low competition, high demand. I've got to customize my product good. I've set up my Amazon seller account. I've registered, either as a personal details or as an LLC. What's the next step? The next step is reaching out to manufacturers. Is Alibaba.com still the best way to find manufacturers? Yes, I still recommend using Alibaba.com. It's the largest, database in the world with thousands and thousands of different quality manufacturers to help you find and source your products. Okay. The next step would be to reach out to 10 to 15 different suppliers to get standard pricing. If you guys, not if, but as you guys are, differentiating and customizing your product and your unique designs and you're making your product better, you don't want to be giving out all those ideas. Don't share all your customizations with all of the different manufacturers. Instead, reach out to 10 to 15 for standard prices and then narrow it down to like the top 2 to 4 manufacturers you like the best. based off their communication, their response time, their ability to customize the product, and their price, and their lead time, and packaging options, and this kind of stuff. And then narrow it down from 10 to 15 suppliers down to the top 2 to 4. And then the next step will be to order custom samples. And when you order those custom samples, you do want to make sure your samples have your logo on it and have as much of the customizations done just like the product you'll be selling or launching, okay? Because then you can use your custom samples for brand approval because it has the logo on it, for trademark because it has the logo on it, for brand registry because it has the logo on it, and for pictures. Sourcing agents, I have used sourcing agents before. They can be very effective for helping you find quality manufacturers. So that's an option as well. There's several options on Fiverr as well to help you find different setup samples and finding different manufacturers. So you can bring a sourcing agent in there. Just be careful, guys, because some sourcing agents charge a high fee on the back end if you do end up ordering from one of the manufacturers they found. So they may only charge you like $50 or $150 fee, but then they sneak in with the manufacturer like a 4 or 5, 6, even 8% commission on the total order. So just be careful there. You want to order custom samples from at least 2 to 4 different manufacturers. I use my freight forwarder in China, Michelle. She will bundle all 4 of my samples together, and then I pay for shipping one time. So I don't pay $150 for this sample, $150 for this sample, $150 for this sample, $150 for this sample. I'm just paying for shipping one time of all 4 units to me. And then tips for negotiating the best prices with your manufacturers, guys. Really, it all comes down to developing a good relationship with the manufacturer. You know, you want to be honest with your manufacturer. You don't want to pretend like you're some big company or corporation. You guys just want to be, be personal with your manufacturers. Get to know the sales agent or the person at the factory you're speaking with. What are their likes? What are their dislikes? If there's any recent Chinese holidays, ask them what they do to celebrate it. I send my manufacturers gifts each year for Chinese New Year. And so developing a relationship is really the best way to negotiate lower prices, to get better customer service, and that kind of stuff, okay? Now that you've got custom samples, you found and picked a manufacturer, what's the next step? And you've got your seller account set up. The next step is getting brand approval. I've got this brand approval template if you guys need it. This template basically has the email or support ticket message you need to send to seller support. And we need to upload pictures of your product and or packaging with logo. This is so Amazon approves us or you to list your product with your brand name. You do not want to use generic or NA in your brand name box when you create your listing, because you will never be able to change it. It's very hard to change it. And if you use generic or NA, it makes your listing easier to hijack or take over. So don't use generic. Make sure you submit this brand approval template and you get a logo on your samples of your brand so you can submit pictures of that to Amazon for brand approval. So you want your logo, you'll get some logo designs done for your brand, pick a brand name that's available, check on trademarkia.com that it's not already a live mark on it. Check that the domain name is available on namecheap.com or godaddy.com, and then purchase that domain name for later. Once you start selling on your own Shopify or website store, buy the domain, check that there's not already a trademark on that brand name, and then you'll get a couple custom logos done on Fiverr. $20 for 2 or 3 or 4 logo designs or concepts for your brand. That would be great. And then submit that for brand approval. So you'll get unlocked to list new products with that brand, okay? So now that you've got brand approval by submitting the brand approval template and pictures of your product and or packaging with logo permanently affixed, then it's going to be time to create your listing. Before I go over the steps on how to create your listing and some important things there, I do want to just go over some Amazon brand registry benefits. Do you need a trademark or brand registry before you launch your product? The answer is no. You do not need an LLC, guys. You do not need a trademark. You do not need brand registry to launch your first Amazon product and to start your private label brand, okay? All that's required is really that custom sample with logo. That's really all that's required in order to launch a private label brand. Of course, eventually you want to make sure that you do file a trademark, and from the very beginning, get your logo on your products and packaging, and choose a brand name that's available. And then you're going to be able to file that trademark for roughly $700 or $800 through trademarkia.com. And then within 1 to 2 weeks, you're going to be able to get brand registry after you file that trademark within 1 to 2 weeks. And then you get access to video on your listing, A+ content, the Vine program, Amazon Post, which is a free advertising tool, the referral bonus program to get commission back on your external advertising efforts. You're able to use sponsored brand ads, including product collection ads. These are the headline ads you see. And set up a storefront, which is like your own website right on Amazon, and run sponsored display ads. Okay, photos, images. I think you guys probably know how incredibly important photos and images are. Spend the $300 to $500 for professional product images or photos. They really need to showcase your product and stand out from the competition, okay? Including a couple main images, a couple infographic images, and then a few lifestyle action model shots, okay? Then we need to have a well-optimized title that contains the top 3 to 5 main keywords. We want, really good bullet points or copy in the bullet points that convince the customer that your product is the right solution and best value and the main selling features. We want to have a good description. And then eventually you'll get your A+ content design, which is 5 modules you set up in your description. Okay, packaging with logo. So do include a thank you product insert card with all your products. You can include a free product. This is going to be incredibly powerful if you include a free little small product, or for example, you're selling you're selling water bottle tumblers and the customer thinks they're buying 4, but they actually, you surprise them and they get 5, they get 1 free additional tumbler or a free product in with the product they bought. That alone is going to, plus an effective product insert card, small free product or more value, plus an effective thank you insert card alone, those 2 things is going to lead to more reviews, more positive reviews. It works better than anything else. Of course, use the Helium 10 follow-up tool to get more reviews and to follow up with your customers. But just using the Helium 10 follow-up tool, the request review button, a follow-up email, you can only expect around 3 to 10 reviews per 100 sales. But if you include a free product, additional value, effective product insert card, connect with your customers, create a memorable buying experience, then customers are 2-3 times more likely to take the time to write you a review. And you can expect 10 to 30 reviews per 100 sales, okay? On that thank you insert card, you also want to start building an email list. So you could give away an ebook, a quick start guide, a warranty, a discount, like a 20% discount code on their next purchase from your brand to cross promote. You can do this and then collect customer emails for future product launches, okay? Product launch strategy, guys. This is the last section, and then we're going to be able to go into Q&A, which I'm really excited for. So thank you guys out there for those of you who have hung around this long. I really appreciate it. For those of you watching on YouTube, I will be able to go through these questions here in just a minute, open it up for Q&A. And for those of you here watching on Facebook, thank you guys for hanging in here. And I just got one more kind of section I want to talk about, and then I'll open it up for Q&A, which is my favorite part. Okay, other than helping you learn these strategies so you can start making money, within the first couple months, if you choose the right product, guys, I'm seeing new sellers start making money as soon as month 1, month 2, and become profitable. It just all comes down to knowing how to choose the right product and knowing some of these really important, selling strategies. Okay. So the last part I want to talk about here is product launch. Product launch right now, what's working the best? If you do follow my tips for using Etsy, TikTok, Pinterest, and finding low competition, high demand products, and you're, one of the first sellers on Amazon, the benefit of that, guys, is you have low competition, meaning there's not going to be a ton of other sellers running PPC ads targeting those keywords or for that product. Okay, so you're able to use, a lot of the times we're able to use just PPC alone to launch new products, in addition to, of course, coupons and promos and deals and a well-optimized listing and targeting the right keywords and price plus coupons. But for a lot of the strategies that I teach using Etsy, Pinterest, and even keywords and TikTok to find low competition products, and you're one of the first sellers, PPC alone may be enough just to launch your product. If you're trying to sell, the same product as 100 other sellers and you just made one thing better, PPC alone is not going to be enough to launch new products. So giveaways, are those still working? You can do a few giveaways or search, find, buy purchases. Search, find, buy means sending customers onto Amazon to type in one of your main keywords that you have in your title. Like water tumbler, water bottle tumbler, stainless steel tumbler. You would send, 2, 3, 4, 10 people onto Amazon to type in that keyword, water bottle tumbler. Tell them to go to page 5 or 6, wherever your organic listing is, and buy it. That's a search, find, buy. And that's one of the fastest ways to boost your ranking. The only service left, automation services left that I can recommend that's left standing, honestly, is azrank.com. They're the only ones that are kind of a launch and ranking company that's left and that follow TOS. But if you are interested in setting up search, find, buy purchases, you're in a more competitive category or you're selling a more competitive product, you can look into azrank.com and use search, find, buy purchases or giveaways to boost your ranking, okay? But you need to have a good product, because if Amazon sees you use and get a bunch of search, find, buy and you don't have a good product, and then Amazon notices okay, what's this product doing on page 1 and how did they get here? Well, then they can possibly catch on to what you're doing. So you have to be careful there, guys, okay? Targeting and ranking for all your main keywords. In the beginning, you want to pick kind of the top, 10 to 30 best keywords for your product that have between, 800 and 28,000, 800 to 28,000 search volume. And we're going to try to rank and build up ranking and getting on page 1 or the top 20 positions organically for these keywords first, the longer tail keywords, but still highly relevant ones. The Maldives launch strategy still works extremely well. So use the Maldives strategy for crafting your title, your bullets, your PPC campaigns, and which keywords to target. Pricing, you want to launch with a lower competitive price, anywhere from 10 to 30% lower than your main competitors. Don't price your product too high in the beginning, guys. You don't want to be the cheapest, but you can't charge the medium to the highest range in the beginning. You're not going to be able to charge nearly as much as eventually what you can charge in the beginning, because you have no reviews, no social proof, and you need to rank and build up your sales velocity, okay? So if you want to sell your product at $39.99, eventually going into month 1 for launch, if you want to sell at $39.99 eventually, you need to launch at $29.99 or $29.99 plus a 10% coupon, and slowly over 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, get it up to $39.99, okay? Lightning deals are an incredible way. Use coupons. Also, guys, coupons are very effective for getting more people to click on your listing and to convert. Lightning deals are both very useful for maintaining ranking, or if you've recently been out of stock, you can run a lightning deal to boost your ranking back up, or just for a new product launch. It's a little bit complicated with the new product launch because you don't have pricing history, and Amazon actually needs like a 30-day pricing history because they dictate what price to sell the deal at. And so that's where it can get a little bit confusing there. Affiliates and influencers, and use the Vine program. So social media, guys, 2 more points. Instagram page, Facebook business page, very important. You need to have those set up for your brand. Customers will take the time, some of them, to look your brand up. And so you do need to have a Facebook business page, Instagram page for your brand, and at least be posting, 1 or 2 pieces of content per week related to your target customer, okay? Useful articles, jump on trends, pictures, videos, have a social media presence for your brand. Influencers, I've got this doc here. If any of you guys need it, it goes all over how to find and partner with the best, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok influencers to partner with and to promote your product. Partnering and finding the right influencer, you can essentially sell out of all your inventory for your product by just picking the right influencer to work with. If they've got the right audience, if they've got the right followers that are your target customer base, and they do a really good piece of content or 2, like the right story, the right video, the right post, it can really blow up and make your inventory move quickly. So use influencers. And then finally, guys, if you would like more help, one-on-one mentorship or coaching, do check out my 6 to 8 week mentorship program or my done-for-you product launch service, or you can book one-time Zoom coaching calls with me. That's with the Calendly link, calendly.com/Brian Coaching. I offer 30-minute or 50-minute Zoom coaching calls, okay? Now I'm going to jump into Q&A, my favorite part. For those of you out there who waited, I really appreciate you guys hanging around. Let's jump into some of these questions. Okay, Sandy, thank you for being here. Zia, thank you for being here. Craig, thank you for watching. Okay, hi Brian. If you want to sell your Amazon business that is brand registered, how do you go about legally doing that? You can list your brand and your Amazon business on two platforms I recommend, empireflippers.com or flippa.com. Their team and specialists on selling your Amazon business, they're going to help you with all the legal stuff. You can talk to an attorney about kind of what protections you need in place, but empireflippers.com, flippa.com, those two platforms have all the resources you need to not only list your Amazon business and brand for sale, but how to price and the right valuation for your business, how to get the best price or a value for your, what valuation you can get for your business. And they'll have all the tools as well for kind of the back end stuff. Legally, how do you transfer ownership? Okay. It is nice when you do sell your Amazon business or brand. It is nice, guys, that if you are able to sell the seller account and have the LLC specifically for that brand. Okay, so for those of you out there who are thinking you specifically want to create a couple brands and sell one or two of them, what I do recommend is getting multiple seller accounts. So maybe you have seller account number 1 is your personal name and details. Then get approval from Amazon for seller account number 2. And this is an LLC number 1. Then get approval for a second seller account, and you just have to have a separate business entity or a different business LLC for the second seller account, and then build a brand or 2 under that, because it just does make it easier, guys, if you're able to sell or transfer the seller account with the brand, with the LLC all together. Okay, that makes it very easy. John, thank you for being here. April, thank you for being here. And Tool, thank you for your nice comments. I'm jumping into the Q&A. Yes, it's my favorite part. We just went through about 45-minute masterclass learning all the top techniques and strategies working the best right now for selling on Amazon. Thank you for everyone who's waited. Let's jump into the Q&A. So should we focus on a specific product or a specific niche? Great question. Which kind of product categories or niches do I recommend right now? Here are the product or categories that I recommend you look at if you're a new seller. Home and kitchen, kitchen and dining, tools and home improvement, and some office products can be good. During this past 2 years, during COVID and the lockdowns and all this, some big trends right now, guys, that have made me a lot of money with my products doing the best is products that are kind of like home improvement or home storage and organization products, okay? So what you can do is look for products that, basically the ones that have done the best are like products that customers are redoing their home environment or uplifts their home environment or solves a problem or solves a solution. Those are the types of products that are working the best right now. So product solves a problem, solves a solution, isn't just kind of an if, maybe I'll get the product, I don't really need it though. You want to make the product a good option for customers that solves a problem, adds value. Those are doing really well. And just going back, can I reiterate what I mean by products in your home environment? So like office products, because people had to be at home and set up their office nicely, right? So storage and organization products, people are at home and they wanted to organize and store and make their home a better environment. So they started organizing things in their house or building new sections in their home to make it better. So there's these types of products in home and kitchen and dining, tools and home improvement, updating hardware, updating shelving, updating lighting fixtures. All of these types of products are doing very well. Abbas, thank you for being here all the way from Toronto. Really appreciate it. Erica, thank you for being here. Erica and from Stella, thank you for being here. I need the product research checklist. Yes, definitely, Brandy. Just reach out to me after the live, either on Facebook Messenger or to my email, and I'll be happy to send you that product research checklist. I think actually if you just go to any of my recent YouTube videos, if you scroll down in the description, click on more, down in the description, you will find product research checklist, and you can download it directly there as well. But that goes over kind of all the the most important factors, for choosing the right product. Because we want to make sure, guys, that you're choosing a product where you're seller number 1 through 50, first with that product on Amazon. There's not more than 50 other sellers. The keywords line up, meaning there's multiple keywords that you can rank for that have enough demand. You want to get off Amazon to find your products. And that checklist will go through once you do find a few ideas off Amazon, some important factors for validating it's a good product, a good niche, a good category, and things to watch out for. Like, is the product seasonal? Is it dominated by a couple brands or Amazon? These types of things are really important. Okay, Wes, thank you for being here. Vincent, thank you for being here. Are there any good product categories to source products in the USA besides supplements and food? Yeah, so good point there, Wes. Supplements, obviously USA does pretty well with supplements. Food products, food and beverage, there's a lot of US-based suppliers. Honestly, no. There's not a whole lot of USA suppliers left for like all the types of products that I sell on Amazon. I have sourced 95% of all my private label products. I have 10 private label products. 9 of them were sourced in China. 1 was sourced in India. I have looked at USA-based suppliers. I have never found they've been able to compete on price and lead time. Lead time isn't as bad, but the pricing, I'm not willing to pay 20, 30, 40% more on the product price, which will hurt and affect my margins just to have it US manufactured. So unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of USA-based manufacturers. Yes, there's some for supplements and beverage, food and beverage. Also there's some woodworking factories, some types of like patio lawn and garden products like wind chimes and pots and stuff, flower pots and stuff. Resin factories, some plastic factories, concrete. Hard materials, there are still some in there. Thomasnet is what I'd recommend to look at USA manufacturers. There are some US manufacturers still or on Alibaba. And then Google would be the best way to find USA manufacturers. Vincent, hey, Brian, I'm here. I'm looking to get into Amazon FBA. What is the competition like compared to earlier? And what average time do you think it takes to find a good product? Okay, so that's a really good question, Vincent. So what's the competition compared to when I started almost 3 years ago? A lot. There's a lot more competition. However, there are more and more Amazon customers and Prime members on Amazon. It's not slowing down, but what I do highly recommend, what we need to do is find unique products, be seller number 1 through 50, and don't try to be seller number 157 with the same products slightly better than all the other sellers. So still a ton of opportunity. In the beginning of this live, I went over some of the main selling or some of the main benefits of selling on Amazon and some of the main disadvantages of selling on Amazon. Watch the first part of this video for those. But be seller number 1 through 50, first with that product on Amazon. And what is the average time it takes to find a product? If you have a mentor or coach you're working with one-on-one each week, you're meeting on a Zoom call with that coach or mentor. 2 weeks is the most time it should take you and us to find a couple good product ideas, validate them through keywords and X-ray and the numbers, and then start moving forward with 2 weeks. If this is your first time and you're doing kind of on your own, like I did in the beginning, you don't have anyone helping you or that you can message for advice and guidance, it may take you double that, 2 to 4 weeks, but do set kind of a goal for yourself for it not to take more than 4 weeks to find a couple good products and move forward with those, okay? Juan, thank you for being here. Launching a new product, how much over the suggested bid should I target for an aggressive exact match campaign? Exact match campaigns can be effective for helping you launch and rank for new products. However, it just depends on the product and category you're in, because a lot of exact match campaigns are going to spend a lot of money with very little results. So it all comes down to your category and the keywords, the search volume, what keywords you're targeting. But setting up an exact match campaign is okay in the beginning. I would set up only, 1, 2, or 3 different exact match campaigns max. I would only have 1 to 3 keywords per campaign. Anywhere from a $20 to $100 daily budget is fine per exact match campaign. I would use bidding strategy up and down. I would use placements, including at least 100% or 150% top of placement bid adjustment. And for product pages, anywhere from 25 to 75% bid adjustment for placement on product pages. As for your bids on those keywords, you can start actually around the suggested bid or maybe 10 or 30% higher using top of search placements and product page placements, okay? That will help you get more ad positions, more people seeing your ads. Mohammed, thank you for being here. Christopher, thank you for being here. I appreciate your feedback. Great masterclass. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It could take a while. Finding an Alibaba distributor actually offer customizations you want. What are some ideas and what can be compromised? Yeah, what I recommend doing is once you find a good product, guys, you know, that meets the checklist or meets most of the criteria as far as the revenue, sales, reviews, price point, potential profit margins, you want to think of around 2 to 5 ways that you can make that product better. This can include the design, the function, the utility, the uses, accessories, a bundle, the actual material you use. The packaging is not enough, but all those kind of areas, guys, a bundle, the material, the utility, the uses, the accessories you include. Read the negative reviews and look at the frequently bought together to get ideas on how to improve the product. And then I would, you know, kind of write down 3 to 6 of those bullet points of what I want to improve with my product. And then you can go to your supplier and maybe share half of those with them in the beginning. And then if they're able to do all those, maybe share a few more. I would try to pick like the top 2 to 3 most important things that you think affect the product mostly. So maybe you can't make all the changes you want on the very first order because your MLQ is only 300 or 500. That's okay. You know, you can always improve your product later. So maybe you want to, you know, do 6 improvements, but your supplier can only do 3 on the first order. That's fine. Go ahead and do that. And then on your next order, on your reorder, you can be working with that supplier. Maybe you need to order a new mold. Maybe your MOQ just needed to be 1,000 instead of 500. So you can, you know, update your product on your next order. Just update your listing photos and wait to do that until all your old inventory is sold out. So compromise maybe on half of them, pick the top 3 most important and move forward with those ones that you think will affect the customer liking your product and leaving the best reviews on it. Have you ever launched a pet product? I know it's very competitive, but people seem to go crazy for pet products. I have not launched a pet product. In fact, one of my very first products was almost going to be a flea collar. And that's actually considered a pesticide device. So it would have been restricted or it would have been taken down pretty quickly. So I'm glad I didn't go into it. So I haven't invested into a pet product. I know there's some opportunity in there, but it's going to be buried, and just be careful because it's, like you said, it's very competitive. And what I don't recommend doing is getting deceived. Maybe you find like some special pet bed, you know, that has a fan attached to it or something, you know, a cooling pet bed. And you look at page 1 and there's low reviews and you think there's opportunity to come in there. The problem is there's some big brands in pet. And although the reviews may look low on one or 2 keywords, if you look at the other keywords like dog bed, which you're going to have to rank for, it's extremely competitive. So for right now, I really can't tell you to go forward in the pet category, but there is obviously opportunity in every category if you can find it. Do you think that one day the sales on the Amazon marketplace will be smaller and smaller? And do you think Walmart can take a bigger share? So right now, Amazon, of course, is the #1 marketplace to sell on due to the Prime members, due to average, you know, customers on their platform each day. Walmart is #2, and then Etsy is #3 for total customers that you could reach and sell your products to. So I recommend Amazon, then Walmart, then Etsy for some products. Not all products will work on Etsy. But Amazon first, Walmart second, Etsy, and then your own Shopify store once you've built up your brand on Amazon and have at least 3 products launched there. I don't think Walmart will ever become as big of an online retailer as Amazon. I make roughly 30% of my total sales that I make on Amazon on Walmart. Okay, so it's only like 30% of my total sales come from Walmart. And basically like a third of what I can sell on Amazon is what I sell on Walmart. So as of right now and for the next year or two, I don't see Walmart becoming ever bigger of an online retailer and presence as Amazon, because they're the number one retailer, or they used to be the number one retailer. Okay. But still a good secondary marketplace. I'm not saying don't sell on Walmart. Absolutely sell on Walmart. I sell on Walmart, but I just don't think it'll be as big, and it's not been as successful as Amazon. Thank you. Appreciate the response. We'll try to get in contact with you as soon as possible. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. I think it's a restricted category. Which one? Pet. So pet products. Pet is not a restricted category. Baby is not a restricted category. Supplements is a restricted category. You have to get approval to sell anything a person ingests, drinks, goes in their mouth. Baby is not restricted, but some baby-like items that go in the baby's mouth or on the baby's skin or on the baby's hair. Of course, baby food. These are safety products like bumper beds for cribs. I would avoid these. Those are restricted and require safety certificates. Pesticide devices. What is that? Pesticide devices can be tricky. Even like a little, looks like a speaker you put outside, but it puts out like a mist or aromatherapy to repel mosquitoes. That's actually a pesticide device because you're repelling insects. So it can get kind of complicated with restricted products and pesticide devices. The best way to check, is this product restricted I want to sell, is by using the Amazon catalog. Go and search for the product in there and see if it lets you add this product. So use the Amazon catalog to your benefit to check for restrictions. And of course, you can create a dummy listing as well. Just don't use a real GS1 barcode. Use a knockoff barcode, okay? So you don't waste a GS1 barcode for your dummy listing. Yeah, absolutely, Brandy. Thank you. Erica, thank you for being here. What about Mexico suppliers? Mexico suppliers right now is still very early. I have not seen anywhere near Mexico get anywhere near where China, Vietnam, India are at as far as their manufacturing capability. I still believe, and like I said, 9 out of my 10 products have all come from China, guys. So if you're thinking, oh, the tariffs are too high, the factories are shut down, it's just not the case. Yes, we had some major delays during COVID, and there's still some lockdowns happening around Shanghai. But guys, products are still getting shipped out of China in 30 to 45 days. That's the lead time. Fast sea shipping has come way down in price. It's only around $2.1 per kilogram right now on average for fast sea shipping. Even cheaper than that for common sea shipping, 40 to 60 days. So China is still really the manufacturing capital of the world, but you can look even on Alibaba. There's India suppliers, Vietnam suppliers, but I haven't seen Mexico get up to where I would need it to even consider it as a manufacturing destination yet. Is going out of stock devastating for a listing, or can you recover it? Going out of stock can be pretty devastating for your listing, but recoverable. If you are out of stock for 2 weeks, you can absolutely recover from that, guys. If you're only out of stock for 1 week, the listing goes inactive, out of stock. You're in stock again in about 2 weeks. You relaunch with all your old PPC campaigns. You do a competitive price. You use coupons. Maybe you run a lightning deal. You optimize your listing based on which keywords you used to be ranking for, and then you start new broad and exact campaigns, or maybe you do some search, find, buy. You can absolutely recover from being out of stock for just 2 or 3 weeks. But if you're out of stock for 2 months or 3 months, 60 days, that can be hard to recover from. If you are going to be out of stock for 2 or 3 months, what I would actually recommend doing is creating a new listing, a new variation listing under a new ASIN, and then link it up to the old one via a parent, so you keep all your reviews. So you get a new honeymoon period, okay? So that's actually the best strategy right there. If you are going to be running out of stock for more than 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, is create a new variation listing. Just out of curiosity, how much is your done for you Amazon product launch service? Yeah, I've got a wait list right now going for the product launch service. Please email me if you'd like to learn more. I have it on my website right now. Basically, the minimum or the fee for the done for you service, this is where I find, launch, and build your product, business, and brand all on autopilot. But what's nice about my done for you service is it's completely different from all the other done for you services out there. Number one, my fee is very, very reasonable. It's 4 payments of $3,750. 4 payments of $3,750 is the fee. But what's extremely unique is I don't take any of your business. I didn't like what I saw with the other done-for-you services out there charging you that much fee or even higher. Plus, they take 30, 40% of your revenues, not even profits. They take 30 or 40% of your revenues. So my done-for-you service, completely automated, but you also learn the process along with me, which is very unique because you get mentorship and coaching and Zoom calls as well, if you would like. And my fee is very reasonable, and I don't take any of your business. But check out my website at noonanuniversity.com/mentorship. Scroll down to the pricing options, and you'll see the done for you option, and click on there to find out more information, or email me. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much, Lee and Barbara, for joining here. I like always seeing you guys joining. I appreciate all your support. Kay, thank you for being here. Gary, I really appreciate you being here. I always love seeing you. And Luke, thank you for being here. How many products do you sell per year? Yeah, right now I sell 10 private label products, and I've launched 6 brands on Amazon. And I manage, at least a dozen other products and brands based off my done-for-you clients and other people I work with. So well over millions of dollars per year as far as what I have done and managed, okay? Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this live. I'm going to wrap it up here. You'll be able to watch the replay of this live on both my YouTube channel and on Facebook. This was roughly a 45-minute masterclass where I went really over some good strategies, guys, for product research and suppliers and product launches. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really, really appreciate all your support. I see all of you here, and I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys on my next live, okay? Enjoy yourself. Please get started with your Amazon business, even if you start small with only 10 units or 15 units or 100 units of a test product. Be seller number 1 through 50 first with that product on Amazon. And it's really going to be your best option for building a business and becoming profitable with your own business asset the quickest. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up there. I will see you on my next live.